7 brutal truths about life most people learn too late. Stoic wisdom. What if I told you that the biggest mistakes of your life won't happen because you lack intelligence? They'll happen because you believed lies that almost everyone accepts as truth. Some people spend their entire lives chasing approval, waiting for the perfect moment, trusting the wrong people, and believing they have unlimited time. Then one day they wake up and realize they've lost years they can never get back. The Stoics understood something that most people still refuse to accept. Life is not cruel because it tells the truth. Life is cruel because it waits until it's too late for most people to listen. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire, yet he reminded himself every single day that everything he loved could disappear tomorrow. Not because he was pessimistic, but because facing reality made him stronger than those who lived in comforting illusions. This video isn't meant to make you feel comfortable. It's meant to wake you up. Because the 7 truths you're about to hear have transformed lives for over 2,000 years. They have helped people stay calm under pressure, recover from failure, let go of toxic relationships, and find peace in a world that never stops changing. Some of these truths may challenge what you've always believed. Some may even make you uncomfortable. But discomfort is often the beginning of wisdom. So don't just listen to these lessons. Ask yourself one question after each one. Am I living according to reality or according to an illusion? If you stay until the end, you'll discover the final truth, a lesson many people only understand when they look back on their lives with regret. By then, it's often too late. Make sure you don't become one of them. Let's begin with the first brutal truth. The ancient Stoics never promised an easy life. They never claimed you could avoid pain, loss, disappointment, or failure. Instead, they taught something far more powerful, that while you cannot control what happens to you, you can always control the person you choose to become. Most people spend their lives trying to control the world. The Stoic spends life mastering the mind, and that single difference changes everything. The 7 truths you're about to hear are not motivational quotes. They are timeless principles tested by emperors, philosophers, soldiers, and ordinary people who refuse to let circumstances define them. If you're willing to accept these truths before life forces you to learn them, you'll avoid years of unnecessary suffering. Now let's begin with the first lesson. Brutal truth. Number 1, no one is coming to save you. Imagine waking up every morning believing that one day someone will appear and change your life. A better boss, a better relationship, a better opportunity, a lucky break. Most people spend years waiting for that moment. The Stoics would call this one of the most dangerous illusions, because the longer you wait for someone else to rescue you, the more power you give away. Marcus Aurelius carried the weight of an entire empire. Every day brought war, betrayal, disease, and impossible decisions. Yet he never waited for life to become easier. He accepted that responsibility was his alone. This is the difference between ordinary people and resilient people. Ordinary people ask, "Who will help me?" The Stoic asks, "What can I do right now?" Life becomes different the moment you stop expecting rescue. Your discipline becomes your motivation. Your habits become your luck. Your actions become your future. No one is coming to build your dreams. No one is coming to heal your mind. No one is coming to give you confidence. That responsibility belongs to you. It may sound harsh, but it is also incredibly freeing. Because if no one else is responsible for your future, then no one else has the power to stop it either. The day you stop waiting is the day your real life begins. Brutal truth. Number 2, not everyone deserves a place in your life. One of the hardest lessons in life is accepting that some people are only meant to be part of your story, not your future. Many people stay in toxic friendships, unhealthy relationships, or one-sided connections because they're afraid of being alone. But the Stoics believed that peace is worth more than popularity. A person who constantly drains your energy, destroys your confidence, or fills your mind with negativity is quietly stealing your most valuable resource, your peace. The philosopher Epictetus taught that you become like the people you spend the most time with. Look around. Do the people in your life encourage discipline, honesty, and growth? Or do they feed gossip, excuses, and endless drama? You cannot build a peaceful mind while surrounding yourself with chaos. Sometimes the strongest decision isn't to fight harder for a relationship. It's to walk away with dignity. Remember this: not everyone who enters your life is meant to stay. Some people are lessons, some are blessings, and some are warnings. The Stoic understands the difference. Protect your character more than your comfort. Protect your peace more than your popularity. Because every person you allow into your life shapes the person you are becoming, and that's a price too high to ignore. In the next lesson, we'll uncover another brutal truth that keeps millions of people trapped for years without even realizing it. Successful people understand that time is more valuable than money. You can lose money and earn it back. Brutal truth number 3. Time is the one thing you can never get back. Imagine waking up one morning and discovering that someone had stolen 10 years of your life. You would do everything possible to get them back. But here's the painful truth. Most people give away their time willingly, one distracted day at a time. Hours disappear scrolling through meaningless content. Days are wasted worrying about what others think. Months pass waiting for the perfect moment that never comes. And before they realize it, years have vanished. The Stoic philosopher Seneca wrote that it is not that we have too little time, but that we waste much of it. Think about that for a moment. Life isn't short because of the number of years we live. Life feels short because we spend so little of it truly living. Every sunrise is a gift you can never receive twice. Every conversation, every opportunity, every chance to improve yourself exists only in this moment. The clock never pauses. It never shows mercy, and it never gives refunds. Successful people understand that time is more valuable than money. You can lose money and earn it back. You can lose possessions and replace them. But once a single day is gone, it is gone forever. So ask yourself, are your daily habits building the future you dream about, or quietly stealing it from you? Stop saying, "I'll start tomorrow." Tomorrow is a promise that life never made. The best time to change your life is always today. Brutal truth number 4. You cannot control other people, only yourself. One of the greatest sources of suffering is trying to control things that were never yours to control. You want people to understand you. You want everyone to like you. You want unfair people to become fair. You want someone who hurt you to apologize. But life rarely works that way. People will misunderstand you. Some will judge you without knowing your story. Others will criticize you no matter how hard you try. The Stoics accepted this reality instead of fighting it. Epictetus taught that peace begins the moment you stop demanding control over what belongs to someone else. You cannot control another person's thoughts. You cannot control their opinions. You cannot control their actions. But you can always control your response. That is where true freedom begins. When someone insults you, you choose whether to react. When life becomes unfair, you choose whether to become bitter or stronger. When people doubt you, you choose whether to seek their approval or continue your journey. This is the quiet power of Stoicism. It doesn't promise a world without problems. It teaches you how to remain unshaken in the middle of them. The strongest person in the room is not the loudest. It's the one who refuses to let someone else's behavior control their own character. Master yourself and the world loses its power to disturb your peace. Brutal truth number 5. Comfort is slowly destroying your potential. Imagine a sword that is never used. It stays clean. It never faces battle. It never risks breaking. But over time, it loses the very purpose for which it was created. The same thing happens to people. Most people believe happiness comes from avoiding discomfort. They choose the easiest path, avoid difficult conversations, postpone ambitious goals, and run from challenges. At first it feels safe, but safety has a hidden cost. Every challenge you avoid weakens your confidence. Every excuse you accept strengthens fear. Every comfortable choice makes the next difficult choice even harder. The Stoics understood that growth is impossible without discomfort. A muscle grows only after resistance. Character is built the same way. Marcus Aurelius faced wars, political betrayal, disease, and personal loss. Yet he never asked for an easier life. Instead, he trained himself to become stronger than his circumstances. Ask yourself, when was the last time you willingly did something difficult? Not because you had to, but because you knew it would make you better. Wake up earlier. Read when others waste time. Exercise when your mind tells you to quit. Learn a new skill. Have the conversation you've been avoiding. These small acts of discipline shape a powerful character. Remember, comfort feels good today. Discipline changes your life forever. Every difficult step you take today becomes the strength you'll rely on tomorrow. Brutal truth. Number 6. Your mind can be your greatest ally or your worst enemy. There is a battle taking place every single day. No one else can fight it for you. It is the battle inside your own mind. Many people lose this battle before the day even begins. They replay old failures. They imagine future disasters. They compare themselves to others. They allow fear to speak louder than reason. The Stoics believed that suffering is often created not by events themselves, but by the stories we tell ourselves about those events. Two people can face the same failure. One sees proof that life is against them. The other sees an opportunity to grow wiser. The event is identical. The mindset is different. Your thoughts shape your reality. This is why Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself to examine every thought before believing it. Ask yourself, is this thought helping me or is it controlling me? Most fears never happen. Most worries solve nothing. Most doubts exist only inside the imagination. A disciplined mind refuses to become a prisoner of fear. Instead of asking, what if everything goes wrong? Ask, what if I become strong enough to handle whatever happens? That single question changes everything, because life is not about controlling every outcome. It's about becoming the kind of person who can face any outcome with courage. And when you master your mind, very little in this world can defeat you. Brutal truth. Number 7. One day, your time will run out. There is one truth that every human being shares. No matter your wealth, your status, your intelligence, or your dreams, one day your life will end. Most people avoid thinking about this. The Stoics did the opposite. They reflected on mortality, not to become fearful, but to become fully alive. When you remember that life is temporary, small arguments lose their importance. Petty jealousy disappears. The need to impress strangers fades away. You stop delaying your dreams. You begin appreciating ordinary moments. Every sunrise becomes a gift. Every conversation becomes meaningful. Every opportunity becomes precious. Marcus Aurelius wrote as if each day could be his last, not because he expected death, but because he wanted to make every day worthy of life. Here's a question that can change everything. If today were your final day, would you be proud of how you're spending it? Would you keep scrolling endlessly? Would you keep chasing the approval of people who barely think about you? Would you continue postponing the life you truly want? Or would you finally begin? The greatest tragedy is not death. The greatest tragedy is reaching the end of life and realizing you never truly lived. Don't wait for a crisis to remind you what matters. Choose courage today. Choose discipline today. Choose peace today, because tomorrow is never guaranteed. The 7 brutal truths you've heard today aren't meant to discourage you. They're meant to set you free. When you stop expecting life to be easy, you become stronger. When you stop chasing approval, you find peace. When you value time, you stop wasting it. When you master your mind, you master your life. And when you remember that life is temporary, every single day becomes more meaningful. The Stoics didn't teach us how to avoid hardship. They taught us how to become the kind of person that hardship cannot break. That choice is now yours. If this video made you see life differently, write "I choose wisdom" in the comments. Subscribe for more timeless Stoic lessons that help you build an unbreakable mind. And remember, control your mind, or your mind will control your life.